and I'm walking in downtown Waynesboro. I finally got hold of them reservation people again. That was a mess. Finally got it. Now they're going the double charge. They're going to take one of them off. Of course, the one's going to be the least expensive one. He said that's already been taken off your card. So they got it off. Not off. It's not taken off my card, but it's charged to my card. It's going to be charged, and it's going to take 7 days for them to refund it. And they'll send me a text and an email and all this stuff. And it's enough, man. It's frustrating. I don't even feel. I'm just going to walk. I looked at this, and I can go down this road 16 for 6 miles. And it looked pretty flat. So I'm gonna go down here, walk, get back to the trail and do that. So we're gonna take a little route here. Man, instead of doing a 6 mile, they're going right back to them rocks again. I'm gonna take me a walk on the road instead of paying for somebody to rip me off to give me a ride a couple miles. And it'll relax me to do this walk before I get in the rocks. I'm going over there and getting me a milkshake right now. It says cones and shakes. Give me a milkshake.
About money.
Well, thank you very much.
Take your adventure.
All right. I'm debating on going in that bakery. I think I'm gonna pass it up. But the film of the last lady, that lady come up to me and she said, "Are you hiking the Appalachian Trail? Are you doing the whole thing?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am." She goes, "I want to pay for your milkshake." And I said, "I want to thank you very much." And I think it's kind of, if you tell people I don't need your help, that's, even from what I understand, that's not a good thing to do psychologically to people. It makes them, I think, so it helps me. I can afford the milkshake, but it makes me feel really good. It brightened my day up. The fact that she bought it for me, it made my whole day, especially after being depressed on that doggone hotel experience and getting double charged, and them guys charging you $25-30 for a few minute ride over here to town and everything, and getting ripped off around here left and right on stuff. And then somebody comes along and does that, it kind of makes me feel better. Sure does. And I'm kind of glad I'm kind of walking back on this stretch, because the rain's supposed to clear up later on the day, and if it does, if it don't, then I've got places I can duck in out of the rain. So I think it's been a good idea just to walk back, not have somebody charge me $25-30 for a ride. Yeah, the experience here in Waynesboro, it was pretty bad until that lady bought my milkshake and made me feel better. All along the trail, I know there's two prices for a hotel room. There's the price they say it is, and then there's the price they charge your credit card. And they always say tax, but tax and fees, and then the fees, ain't no telling what the fee is, cleaning fee or whatever. The hotel room can be $60, end up costing you $90. It can be $90 and cost you $110 or something like that, or $80 and cost you $110. But this place here, it brought it to a whole new level. Not only that they gave me a price, and then they just exemplified, went a third more on the price, and then double charged me for 2 rooms, and then took 1 room off, the least expensive one, going to refund me on that. and the room was twice as much than what they said it was. Took it to a new level. I got a museum up here. Maybe I can. They started sprinkling. It looks like it's raining on the ridge. Maybe I'll be able to duck in and out of this rain. I'm hoping this rain clear up this evening. I think. Should be nicer tomorrow. And it's going to come back later in the week. But now I'm fixing to find out why you got to pay $25 to get a ride into town. This is kind of treacherous up here looking. In fact, I'm kind of scratching my head how to get around it. I'm going to cut across. I'm going to have to walk somebody's yard, I guess. I don't know. Might walk down there. Damn, I got to get across somehow. I was sitting there pondering how to get across that curve. And if I would have went around the way I was thinking, there was a creek on the other side. I wouldn't have been able to have to come back. And that lady that bought the milkshake ended up coming up. She stopped and picked me up. But look at this. That's how much it's heavy traffic. That's what I'd have been walking on. Jeez. Alright, I'm back on the trail. That's all I just wanted to get my clothes washed. That's all I want to do. Wash my clothes. Last time I washed my clothes was front row. I mean, my underwear, everything just stunk so bad. I couldn't live like that much longer. In Harper's Ferry, everything's filled up. The hotel I was at claimed they had laundry service. There ain't no, and they didn't have, their laundry machines were broke. In the doggone, there ain't no laundry mats anywhere. Yeah, and they had a laundromat here. So it's like, okay. Well, I'm glad I got my clothes washed, but now I won't do that again. I'm just gonna, if it comes to something like that, I'm just gonna smell. It's the way it's gonna have to be, I guess. I'm learning. You just don't want to go in anywhere. Some of these towns are not really hiker friendly, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, if it wasn't for the trail angel back there that brought me the milkshake and picked me up, I'd have had to call Dennis back there around that curve probably. He'd have had to come and get me. And I'd have had to pay him some more. I was trying to think. It wasn't that far of a walk. I looked on the satellite and it looked like it was flat on the satellite. You know, it looked like, and it had a breakdown lane the whole way. But you know, you're looking it over and I didn't see where that creek crossed there at that corner. And that corner the creek crossed, there's nothing. You can't get by there. The traffic's so busy. I wouldn't have been able to get through there. I would not have been able to get through there. And there was no shoulder. It was just a guardrail. So it would have been impossible. I'd have had to go under and try to wade across that. I had to wade across that creek. And boy, that would have been, I don't know how deep it was. And that would have been, that's the only way I could have got across. And she saved me. But I'll tell you, yeah, that's it. What the heck is that? It ain't on a hill. I ain't gonna use it. Okay. So what's it doing out here? Side of the road. I don't even know what a trail is. Well, it ain't been too rocky so far, but it's coming. I still can't believe, because I stopped and ate in that McDonald's. I did that, and I got to where that treacherous part of the road was. And I'd have probably been killed, or I had to go down to that creek and wait, or just somehow or another, and or call Dennis and get him to come out there and pay him. I don't even know if it was. And then that angel showed up. That stuff ain't just timing, man. It's just right then, right at that moment. I think there's something spiritual about this place. Spiritual about that, but I got in. She had Christian music on her radio. I said, that's truly an angel. There is angels on earth, man. Yes, sir. All right. I thought it was going to rain, but it looks like it let up. And I was watching Randino on Sunday. He does a podcast on YouTube on trail news, and it keeps up with the thru hiker news. And there was on this Sunday's podcast, I was watching it in the hotel room last night, and they had a hiker, and it showed footage of it that he hit the bailout button on his transponder and had to be picked up about 3 miles from a trailhead out here in Virginia somewhere, I think. Or it might have been Pennsylvania. I think it might have been Pennsylvania. I don't know. It was somewhere in this part. And he was in such bad shape. Said he was weak. He got heat stroke, and they had to carry him out of there. That heat stroke, if it knocks you down hard enough, it'll kill you too. Now, they're talking, I think Thursday, one of these days, it's like going to be in the 90s, and it's going to be 95, I think 98 degrees one day this week. It's thunderstorms, and then it gets hot, red hot. So I don't know, man. I bet you if I can make it through that, I'll probably make up my mind just going up to Maine and start coming down south. If my body holds up, I'm holding up right now. But I don't know. I mean, cutting these miles back, my legs feel better. My hip doesn't hurt like it was. And so it made a difference cutting these miles back instead of pushing. This trail is not too bad here, but we'll get into the rocks here after a while, I'm sure. I've been climbing since the gap. There should be a shelter up here another half mile, maybe. Somewhere around there. It's not far off the trail. I'm going to take these leggings off, be back in the shorts here as soon as I can. It's hot. And this ain't nothing, man. We're probably only 80 degrees, and they're talking close to 100 later this week. Good Lord. Check out that track. That semi's been down here, log truck. Recently. Yeah, I've been out here in the... You can't be too high up. Let's see. Come over here. See what that is. Yeah. Okay. There's a sign just like that on the other side. Alright, it's rocky. But it's not that bad. It's supposed to be, ooh, I can't film while I'm walking on this. I'll go down here and get supposed to be a park down here. Somewhere. Oh yeah, got a little running water there. Alright. You know, I don't know what this is. This is a pipeline. It's not a road. It says there's something there. It's an old pipeline down there. Usually on these pipelines they'll have seismic detectors. along them. But I don't know. There's a little park there, and it did have bathrooms. Oh shoot, I didn't get any water. Damn it. I need to go get some water. Uh-oh, I'm running late too. Let me see, let me look, see if there's water at this next spring. Let me look. See if I can get this thing. Alright, yeah. Here's the thing, I come in off the AT, walk around the park, see people picnicking, and I'm thinking, I asked people, I said, is it alright to, I read the board, and is it alright if I camp here? Is anything wrong with camping around here? Well, there's a camp right over here, and I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it. So I can do all this. I come back, and I'm taking my time. Just taking my time out here, went to the bathroom. I was going to charge some stuff, there was a chapel up there. I didn't want to go behind the you know, up there in the front part and start. That's the only place I was like, I start reading the board, and this is a Maryland park, and Maryland parks are closed sun up and sunset. Over there a sign says no camping. Finally, I said, oh my god, I gotta get out of here. There ain't no place to camp here. So I gotta get water. I forgot to get water. Gotta get water. It's gonna be dark soon. I got at least another mile to go. Let's go. I mean, you know how I like camping on the trail. Now there's a road up here, so I'm going to be here in traffic, but as it gets dark, that's a sunset to sundown park, so there'll be no traffic. Be closed sunset to sundown. Now something overturned that trash. Something got in that trash can up there is the only thing that concerned to me. I saw the trash and I picked it up. I don't know if it was a bear coming in there or what, but so I wonder if there's a habituated bear going in there and getting in the metal trash cans. I don't think so. Because if it was a bad enough problem, maybe they go around here right at sunset and they get all the trash out. I don't know. If that's the case, you don't know if there's a bear cruising around here that's used to eating human food. That's got me. This is the road this way and that way. There's a power line there. Car's I'm going to go on this hammock tree here to over here. Let's just set up. It's perfect distance. I'm going to go ahead and set up. All right, I'm just outside of that park, Maryland Park. Now, this is an interesting setup. Here's the trail coming up. And I put, these line locks are great because you can just put the stake where you want to. I put that piece of wood so if somebody's coming along the trail, I would have liked to get it further out, but that's fine. They can see the stick. They won't step on my guide wire. And I got everything closed off. I got this end and this end closed off as we come on in. And down here I've got this all, I mean, no way that I can get wet. I got all this closed off. All right. I mean, check that out. Little hole, let some vent air in. I'll have vent air coming under this thing, hopefully. I got this adjusted where I get a little bit of airflow under here. All right, and this is completely closed down. Right out of it. Somebody can see me while I'm sleeping. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, we'll go with it.